It's time, my darlings. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Dame Refronts, and on today's video, we'll be talking about how to glow up before New Year's and Christmas. Okay, that's what we'll be working on today's video. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's video. I'll be posting a series of videos every single day around midnight US time. I'm not sure what time you're in, but I hope you're well. Now, we have a few factors that we're going to point out today, and lucky you guys, I actually found a book that I had written. I've been writing on since I was like 16, and on this book I actually created a recipe that helped clear my skin, right? And I've been working on this recipe since I was like 16 years old, because that's when I actually got on the internet and started learning about all this stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna maybe give you guys a few tips on how to glow up and how to use your products properly. I'm also working on my own skincare line, more like a body scrub, body mask, and body cream. Okay, and bar soap, of course, can't go wrong with that. Now, if you're interested in those kind of stuff, I need you to subscribe, like, and I need you to leave a comment down below on what has been troubling you so much that it puts you on a pause, that you cannot even focus on glowing up. I need you to tell me whether that's your skin, the way you dress, the way you talk, your environment. What is the blockage? Okay, let's talk about that down in the comment section. Let's talk about that. Okay, I want to understand you ladies better. I want us to be open, and remember, the only thing that we do not talk about in my comment section is what? Defending men. Okay, good. Now that we have that out of the way, I can now start talking about how you can easily, okay, and it's affordable. Okay, it's affordable. Some of these things you can just do it at home, you can do it in your free time, so you are good. When it comes to me, you are good. I have you guys. Okay, I got you. Now, what we have to understand, ladies, is that what are you trying to glow up? What are you trying to glow? Which aspect or which place are you trying to glow up with? Because you can't just say that I want to glow up, okay? You can't just come here and say that. You need to know which area of your life do you need a glow up. Like, for an example, some people may come here and say that, oh no, I need to glow up my persona. Okay, I understand that, but what about your persona is wrong? Maybe it's the way you cuss. Do you cuss a lot? As a lady, you should know that we do not cuss. Okay, we don't cuss at all. At all. We don't say the F word, the N word. No, we do not. Even by mistake, it shouldn't even cross your mind. We don't do that. The closest we will go to saying is shit, because yes, the closest we will go to saying is shit. Oh hell no, that too. Well, I like that. Well, do I like it like that? Yes, I do. Anyways, but then we don't overdo it. We don't overdo the cussing. So if that is a problem with your persona, your language, you have a problem with cussing a lot, then you need to glow up in that focuses on that aspect. So you would need to work on your vocabulary. So you need to glow up with the vocabulary. Let me just have a sip of water because I'm getting thirsty. Right here, it's too hot. Now, you would need to glow up with that aspect. Your vocabulary, you need to start working on that. And in that sense, then I would come here and I would tell you that, okay, firstly, you have to put down all the words that you know that you it's a bad language. you know them, you know it from the front of your head. Because if you keep saying it over and over again, then it's in the front of your head. It's right here. It's right here, okay? And you can't really, of course you can do something about it. That's what we're working on right now. So what I would tell you is for you to, firstly, as hard as it may sound, is to get a dictionary out. I was just speaking to my niece a few hours ago, and I was telling her that she's actually good with her vocabulary is excellent. It's very good, but then she has we were basically trying to pick her career, and she came out here and she was telling me that, hey, I want to become a lawyer. And I was like, very nice. Like, okay, why do you want to become a lawyer? Like, let's discuss this. Like, what interests you in becoming a lawyer? And she's like, well, and I kid you not, this is a true story. I kid you not, she comes up and she's like, if I tell you, you're gonna think that's the dumbest thing that I've ever said in my life. And being the sweet aunt, I'm like, no, I wouldn't think that. Go ahead, child. Tell me your brightest idea. And I kid you not, this girl says, she decides to tell me that she wants to be a lawyer because they wear black and her favorite color is black. I love it. Because what the hell? Like, how do I even respond to that? What advice do I even give her? Like, huh? Like, darling, what do you mean? Can we talk about this even more? Like, okay, your favorite color is black, and that's why you want to be a lawyer? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, girl, do you understand that there's a lot of jobs that require you to wear black? Like to have the black attire? And she's like, huh. And I'm like, huh. Yeah. Let's think about that for a second. And long story short, I asked him, like, okay, do you love debating? She's like, no. And I was like, do you love arguing with people? And do you ever win an argument? And she's like, no, I wouldn't debate with anyone because I would just lose my temper and hit someone. I'm like, girl, bye. I'm like, oh God. Kids, oh my God. It was a very beautiful conversation of us trying to understand each other. But what I'm trying to say is that I ended up telling her, I was like, okay, since you have an interest in law, we can work on that, because I understand that you may not know the exact, reason why you want to do law, but at least you found a niche. Rather than not having a niche, at least you found a base of where you want to sit down and study. So let's work on that. You gave me something. I can work with that. I can fix that for you. And I'm like, okay, do you have a dictionary next to you? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, pull up the dictionary and pick any page. Take a random page. She goes on, picks a random page, and she reads me a word. And I'm like, okay, that word, I need you to repeat this word to yourself over and over again and remember the meaning. And when you do that, when you're done remembering the meaning of the word and the way it's spelled, you can work on the spelling later on, but because she's in school, so she would need to know how it's spelled. So I'm like, you need to learn, how to pronounce the word, what the word is, and the definition of the word. And I need you to now use the word with your sisters, okay? When it doesn't matter if your sisters understand or not. You can always teach them, but then I need you to use the words with them, because what it does, it makes it a safe environment now for all of you guys, not just you, but in her too. Your sisters too. They also start to familiarize with this one word. And as you keep doing it every single day, another day, tomorrow, I told her, it's like, hey, tomorrow you open the same dictionary, random page, find a word, and let's do it again. Keep doing it every single day. Learn a new word and use that new word. So the tricky part, or the part that I want you to actually be really good at, is that you learn the word today. Tomorrow you're going to use this word and the new word, and the following day you're going to learn the day before yesterday and yesterday's word and today's words, and you're going to just keep using it like that. It's going to build your vocabulary, and it's the best thing that I personally did for myself growing up, and I want you to have it too. And for those of you that are listening right now and you have children, younger children, especially those that are 17 and downwards, you should actually, this is a very good skill, that I personally taught myself how to do this, and I would recommend that you all do that for your children. Now, that's the story of my niece trying to, I don't know what she was trying to do when she told me that she loved black. I had no idea. Like, okay, like I don't really know how to answer that question, but I had to think fast, because I don't want her to think that, I don't have an answer. Of course, sometimes I don't have an answer, but when it comes to serious stuff like that, you just have to be careful when you're dealing with a child. You have to actually think about, what you're gonna say to her, how what type of a child is she. Is she reactive? Is she sensitive? Yesterday we were talking about sensitive people. Is she sensitive? If I say something that was incorrect right now, would she take it directly, or would she actually take it in a sense that benefits her? So she takes what benefits her and leaves the rest. If she's not that type of a child, then I have to know what to say and how to say it, and that's what I'm trying to focus on, ladies, that if you cuss a lot, okay, you have to know what specific words you use, and you also have to understand what triggers those words. You can't just cuss. It's not normal to just sit down and cuss. It's not appropriate. It's not normal. You're a lady. You can't just come out here and just cuss. No, ladies, we don't do that. Okay, so there should be something that's triggering it, and you have to understand that. You have to sit down and understand what is triggering me so much that I have to cuss. And again, it's all patterns. There's nothing new under the sun. There is literally nothing new, not in your life, and not in your neighbor's life, and not in my life. There's been people that have lived my life, lived your life, same situations. There have been people that were in the same position. So this is just to tell you, is what I'm trying to say is that there is a pattern of those triggers. Okay, you will come to find out that what has been triggering you is something that's consistent. Maybe it's your brother who's always triggering you. Maybe they're always calling you and doing something that's always going to piss you off, and that gets you to cuss. Then you're triggered. Then it's a pattern from that place. It's a pattern from that aspect. And then you have to think about, okay, we got one thing down, and now look at everything else. Is there any other place that triggers you? Okay, you found all of them? Good. Okay, now you're gonna put a boundary. That's what you have to do it. The world works with boundaries. Okay, you have to know how to set a boundary and say, hey, look, I don't like this. I don't like the way you just do that. You come to my place and you just play around with my stuff. If you know your situation better than me. I'm just making an example that you can just come here and say, hey, you just come to my house, you just don't knock, come in, I could be doing something, and then you just don't do that, and it gets to my nerve. And I don't like it, and it gets me to be a person that I'm not trying to stay or I'm not trying to become. So I would really appreciate it if you just respected my space as much as I respected yours. And I don't want to repeat myself again. So it's either you're gonna listen to what I'm trying to say and respect me and give me that respect that I'm giving you as a human being, or don't come at all. If you start putting people in those positions of you do it or you don't do it, or you respect me or you don't, but just know that there's consequences, then that person in their head, you're actually tapping into their head, right? Because now they're gonna be like, oh, she's actually serious. Oh, by the way, before I forget, this only works, ladies. I'm repeating myself. This only works is if you keep your word. Because the moment that you say something like that and they come in and do the exact thing and you let it slide, that one time that they do it again and you let it slide, it's done. It's done. You're weak. That's how you, I'm not saying you're weak, but that's how you're going to be perceived. You're weak. You don't keep your word. You're not as a lady. You're not, who you think you are. Because you let things slide, you let people climb over you. You may feel powerful for a second, but after that, you lose. You don't lose control, but you lose. That's what you do. Okay, that's exactly what happens. So this is what I'm saying. Be careful, because the moment that you say something like that, the moment that you go ahead, open your mouth, and say something as serious as that, you do not let that same person, anyone else, do it again. Because the moment that they do it again, then you show them the consequences. Then you actually come out here and you change the locks. The moment that they want to come in and you're like, no, go home. Go home, Jake. Go home, okay? I'm only saying Jake because I recently watched Scandal of Olivia Pope. But yes. You tell them, okay, go home, Jake. I'm not letting you in. We are not, in fact, we're not here. This is not me. This is the I don't know, the security camera. I'm not there. Okay, go home. Since you don't want to respect my home, you don't want to respect my children, go home. And when you know how to respect them, when you know how to respect me, then you come back. That's how you deal with this kind of stuff, right? And that's point number 1, by the way, that you need to find what's the problem. And this whole, what I've been trying to tell you, it fell into my little niece's situation of vocabulary of trying to find what you want, And moving on to the second aspect, I think I'm going to jump into a few today. Moving on to the second aspect is, if you say that, you want to glow up, let's say with your skin, you have to find out which part of your body it is. Like everything, ladies, you can't just say that I want to glow up with my skin. Okay, your skin, okay. Okay, which part of your body? Because you have skin everywhere. So which part of your body do you need help with? Is it your face, your back, your feet, your legs? Which part? Find that part. And don't get me wrong, okay? I'm a girl's girl, okay? I'm a girl's girl, so I'm definitely going to transfer you to the source. I'm going to transfer you to the room that has all information that you are looking for. Because if I don't have it, why am I going to have you here listening? As much as I want the content, views, and watch time, as much as I want that, I'm not just going to have you here and let you suffer in basically me giving you logic, and wisdom, because that's what I'm giving you. I'm giving you wisdom. And I'm not just going to pour that into you and not refer you. I have to refer you. That's the right thing to do. When you find the problem that, okay, I have body acne, but I have back acne, then I have to refer you to either, a dermatologist, or I have to refer you to a person that I may know, or a product that I may know helps with this situation. If I don't do that, then I'm not for you. Then I'm not working for you. Then I'm working for the content. I'm working for the views. I'm working for the money. That's what I would basically be working for, which I'm not doing. I always tell people I work for myself. Okay? I work for myself. I don't work for people. I work for my own time. I work by my own time. I work for myself. And I'm a fixer. That's what I do. I fix. So, as much as you may come here with your problems, if I see that your problem doesn't make sense, or I don't feel like you're giving me too much information, or you're not giving me any information or anything to work with, I'm not gonna be able to help you. Because how does that help me and you? Because if you're not giving me the full backstory, I'm not understanding what's really going on, then what am I gonna do? Because you can come here and say that, no, I have a problem with my skin. Okay, fine. We all have problems with our skin, can you give me more? If you're unable to give me that, then what am I really doing? I'm not doing anything. That's why I'm saying that I can only work with what you give me, ladies. And in this situation, if you have a problem with your back acne, then this is in the books. Okay, this is in the books that glycolic acid works. Okay, you have to now do your research. Again, I've spoken about this in my previous channel. Glycolic acid works. We all know that. But then, just because it works for me doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. Just because, not because the product is wrong, but because we all have different body and skin types. I may have sensitive skin. You may have eczema. You may have dry skin. You may have oily skin. You have to find out what is it that you have. When you find the base of your skin, then you can know how to work with that. And the products that I'm working on, the skincare products that I've been working on it, and the body care, it actually I've used it on myself, because I don't want to sell something to you guys or give out some things to you guys, because I'm gonna be giving it out to some people for free, right? But I'm not just gonna be giving out something that I haven't tried on myself. So if I'm gonna be doing this, then it better work on me. And I know it worked on me because my skin has healed. I love my skin. My skin has healed so much. And I don't want to gatekeep this. No, I'm not going to gatekeep it. No, you guys are my girls. I'm definitely going to be helping you guys with all this, But then once you find out what type of skin you are, then you can go on the internet. The internet basically is a free tool these days. Just log into Wi-Fi, create your own account on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram. Go up there and search up oily skin type, and then all that is gonna come up. And lucky you've been fortunate enough to have dermatologists that are already on the internet, and those dermatologists, they give you advice on what to do, how to handle some stuff. It's a very beautiful thing. You have all these resources that people can just help you out and say, hey, this is how you handle it, this is what you do for your skin type, this is the kind of products that you should do. And sometimes these dermatologists, they kind of exaggerate stuff, and they give you like a La Roche-Posay, they give you like expensive stuff, like La Roche. Some products, they're good, right? But they're not in your right budget. And I feel like this dermatologists, they should be realistic. They should stop. Just because they're a dermatologist doesn't mean that everything that they say or everything that they do have to be targeted to the wealthy. No, they also actually people that actually need those type of. For the record, if dermatologists, they should be helping the middle class and the lower class. That's who the dermatologist should be helping. Because if you're wealthy, you should be going to drink water, you should be going to work out, you have the luxury to fix everything in your system. So of course, handle the dermatologist as you want. It's your life, your money. But at the same time, the dermatologist shouldn't be putting all their focus and time on the wealthy, because they're actually people that need those type of resources, those type of knowledge that they have. And they just come out here and they give the most expensive thing. And now it leaves people, like a lot of ladies, stranded, where they're like, okay, now I have to do something bad, just for me to get this expensive product so I can fix my skin and I can feel better about myself. Sometimes I don't even blame the ladies. I just sit down and I understand circumstances. It's like a while back, I was sitting down, and there was this. I was speaking to a gentleman, and he was telling me, he was like, hey, he's so happy that I never got to be involved in the 304s or the lifestyle of like the adult content that he was like, oh, I'm so glad, because a lot of ladies, they fall into those categories and it's a shame. That's what he was telling me. And I sat down and I thought about it, and I answered. I was like, hey, I don't think it's the right thing for you to say. As much as what they have done may look bad, it may feel bad, but me and you and everyone else don't know what's happening behind the scene. You don't know what got them to even do that. As much as we've all done crazy stuff, but in sometimes we don't know how at the end they are, because if that was her last option, if she felt like that was her only option, in fact, I clap hands for her. She's stronger than me. She's stronger than you. You sit here and you talk about her. You put her down, but you don't know what's happening. What if she has like 3 kids? What if she has a baby? And what if her boyfriend or her husband died and she has no one to help her, no family member? What happens in that situation? Would you prefer that she goes homeless with the kids? Would that satisfy anyone, that she goes homeless? And what happens then? Then you're gonna just walk up you the same person are gonna walk down the street, and you're gonna look and point hands and be like, oh, the mother didn't go to school. You're gonna just turn the story, because if she did not do adult content and she maybe ended up being homeless, you would point there and be like, don't give them money, they're gonna go smoke, they're gonna go do. You just don't know the circumstance. We should stop judging other ladies. As much as people may look happy, as much as people may, just mind your business, okay? That's what we should be doing, minding our own business. Especially men, mind your business. Don't get involved in any lady thing, because it's so wrong. I don't understand why I don't understand how how he could have just said something like that. And me being me, I understand that maybe he could have meant it in a nice way, but I couldn't let that lady, no matter who she was, I did not know her name, I did not know how she looked like, but when I was speaking for all the ladies that are on that content, and they had no other choice. They may have not had a child, but then what if they were in the middle of getting deported and they had no other way of paying school fees? They had no other way of paying their rent. We just judge people, but we forget that we too were in the same spot. That we too, a lot of us, were in the same spot, but different situations. Maybe my position did not get me so close to going into adult content, but it may have gotten me so close to maybe, ladies, okay, we're having a conversation. Maybe it have brought me so close to maybe committing suicide. What happens then? Because all these things, it should show you, and all this, it should show everyone, that just mind your business. That you don't know what's happening behind the scene. You don't know how the person, what if the person is crying every night? What if they hate themselves, but their child is happy? What happens in that situation? Humanity, we should bring humanity back. We should be humans again. It's the most precious thing you can give to another human is kindness. If it doesn't matter if you know them, if you don't know them, if you were able to be kind to that human, it's the best thing. You can make their day just by being human, just by sitting down with them and just being there. And I started this new habit of just going down, like I kind of live in a very nice neighborhood, okay? I've been blessed to live here, but then I noticed that this affluent neighborhood has a lot, not a lot, but it has somewhat homeless people, and a lot of them would just sit by the highway, and there would be all this type of fancy cars that will pass and all that, and they don't mind anyone. And I found that waste the humanity, because these same people that are passing are the people that could literally better this. One of these people passing in a car could better this lady's life. It could better this gentleman's life, this child's life. There's a 3-year-old walking in the street. What happens then? Waste the humanity. It's 3-year-old. What does that 3-year-old know? You're gonna say that if you gave that 3-year-old maybe $50, $100, they're gonna go out and spend, buy cigarette? Is that what you're trying to tell me? That if you gave that 3-year-old $50, that they're gonna go give it to their mother, and their mother's gonna go and spend? Why are we putting negativity? Why does everything have to be negative? Why can't we just sit down and be like, no, I'm gonna give this child a $50 bill? You can even pray about it. I'm gonna give this child a $50 bill, and Lord, I pray that this child, whatever they do with this money, I pray that it's guided by you. I pray that it opens knowledge for this child. It opens doors and opportunities. I may not have too much, but the little that I have, I'm giving it. It's the least you can do. Not everything has to be just terrible. Not everything has to be worse and no, guys, can we not do that? Can we just be human for a quick second with each other and stop guessing each other? Like I literally would just walk down to the bus station, and I would just sit down, and there would be a lady right there, and I would just sit down with her, and I'd be like, hey, and her name was Pearl. Beautiful name. Her name was Pearl, and we'll sit down, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? How was your day? And I would sit down and be like, hey, do you need any blanket? Do you need any pillows? What do you need? Okay. And she would tell me, sometimes she would refuse and be like, hey, no, I don't need anything, I just wanna, sit down here and just talk. And I'm like, fine, like, talk to me. I'm here, I'm listening. And she would tell me, all these fun facts and stories, as much as, those things may not affect me, but then if it makes her happy, then I'm okay. That's how I feel, and that's how I feel like every one of you ladies should be. You should have that motherly heart. You should strive to have a motherly heart with everyone, not just your children. Even if you're a mother right now, you should have a motherly heart, not just with your child, but with every child that you see on the road. They could have been your child. Because if you couldn't, God forbid, if you couldn't have a child, that child on the road could have been yours. What would have happened then? Would you have let that child go away? Walk away? No, you would have been crying right now. You would have boiled your eyes out because you seen your child going away. Why don't you now put that same situation and be like, no, this is the child that I want to adopt, and I'm gonna take care of this child. I'm gonna buy this child something. Not everything has to be so negative, ladies. Okay, not everything. I'm just saying. Now let's move back to what I was saying before all this, because I just wanted to tap into this so that we all understand, that just don't judge anyone, okay? Just, especially if you're a man, don't judge anyone. You don't know any of these ladies. You may watch the content, make you feel good, then what? You go on with your day. You just paid her, But then when it comes to the dermatologist, I feel like, they should actually be reasonable when it comes to their product. And, for those of you that have seen products that work for you, you could always help another lady. You go into those dermatologist page in the comment section, and you can just type and be like, ladies, this is what worked for me. You don't have to be negative. You don't have to say anything wrong. You can just be like, hey, this is what worked for me, and try this and that. It's girls supporting girls, okay? There's nothing wrong with that, and if you're on my comment section right now, then you can surely go ahead and type what worked for you, whether it's acne, whether it's mental health, whether it's your persona, your language. Give each other tips down in the comment section. That's women empowerment. That's very good. Okay? Now, another thing is that you have to besides all this, you have to actually start taking care of your body, and you have to start taking care of your face. That's if you have a problem with acne and hyperpigmentation on your face. You have to use this right bar soaps. You can't just use the bar soaps that you wash for your body on your face. Don't do that, okay? Don't do that. Don't do it, okay? For my ladies that are darker skinned, faded is a good one. I feel I've not really seen a lighter skin use faded, but for my darker tone, faded is a good one, okay? That's because I've used it and it's very good. I still continue to use it because it's very good. It's that good, and it's very affordable. And the creams are also good. You will never go wrong with The Ordinary or Good Molecule. Good products. I've used it. Curology. I've sang Curology long since, because I used Curology like a long time ago and it worked, And when it comes to your health, I would say, just drink a lot of water. Are you drinking enough water of the day? I used to not drink water. I used to drink apple juice. Orange juice, my bad. A lot of orange juice. And it got to a point where I just would feel dizzy. Half of the day I feel dizzy, which is very wrong, because how am I drinking so much orange juice? But anyways, and my skin was not even clearing up because I was not drinking water. You need your H2O. And what I started doing is I literally cut down all my drinks. I cut down all the wine. I cut down the orange juice, the apple juice, and yes, I don't drink soda, but I cut down all those things. And I started drinking water, a lot of water. And it kind of helped me to get back on track. I feel, much more active now, more alive. It's very good. And so drink your water. You can never go wrong with water. Drink water. And also take your I forgot what is this thing called. It's this seeds. I'm not sure if it's the chai seeds. You kind of put it in water and you let it dilute or soak it in water. Those, especially if you have it with oatmeal, it's very good, very delicious. I recently started doing that, and I did not know that it was I think it's with fiber, and it's the best thing. It's literally the best thing that I've gotten so much energy. I'm much more active, especially with drinking water. My digestion system is very good, okay? My skin is glowing. Like, how are you guys gatekeeping all this? Or was I just not paying attention? Anyways, okay? have your fruits, grapes, have your bananas, okay? For those of you that take supplements, be careful with with other supplements. I've heard that, some of them are not very good and they're starting to get tampered with. So be careful with those. Now, when it comes to having your skin mask and all that, what I was trying to tell you guys earlier is a few of my products that I managed to use, or mix, I would say is, I don't know if it's really for me to say. I don't know if it's a good idea for me to say this. I'm not sure if this is a good idea for me to say this, but what I can, but I'm not sure it's a good idea for me to say this, just because of, just like my niece, I don't know how you guys would take it. Would you guys actually go literal with it? I understand that, I can't control how you guys take some of the stuff that I say, but if there's a child right now and their skin is very young, then if they went ahead and they did this, it was, and their skin ended up getting damaged, that's not good. That's not good at all, So unfortunately, ladies, as much as I would love to give you guys the recipe and all that, you would have to send me an email or leave a comment down below. Okay, leave a comment down below and I'll send you the recipe for the face mask. That way it's controlled, rather than giving it away and it ends up going to a 12-year-old's hand. No. So leave a comment down below on the recipe for the face mask that helped cleared my face, the soap that I made, all those things. I'll give you guys recipes on how to make that. It's really simple. It's very affordable too. Okay, it's very affordable, that's for sure. And it cleared my skin in like a week. Okay, I don't have any bumps, I don't have any acne, no hyperpigmentation. My skin is the smoothest right now. I am proud of myself. Now, when it comes to your active life, I would always recommend, ladies, that you start wearing waist trainers. You can never go wrong with waist trainers. Okay, wear your waist trainers. Even if you're sitting at home, wear a waist trainer. Buy a waist trainer. Sit with it. Eat with it. Okay? Do everything with your waist trainer except sleep with it. Because you need to breathe. You need to breathe properly. And do everything with your waist trainer. For those of you that, especially for those of you that are not active, you work in the office, waist trainers, you sit with it. You at the office, okay, you're wearing a waist trainer, you have it all set. Okay, now when it comes to those of you that are active, then you ladies, okay, if you have a room, then you have everything that you need. You can just play a video on Pilates, on toning your legs or toning your arms. Work on all those, your arms, work on your arms, work on your legs, work on your waist, work on your shoulders, and work on your calves. Those parts, all those aspects, work on it. It's what builds, it's what stands out. Your shoulders, your arms, your waist, your legs, and your calves. Work on those things. It'll be a game changer for you, and once you start losing all the weight from downwards, your face will also lose all the fat. So all the fat that you see on your body and you're like, oh, I hate it so much. Okay, lose weight overall. You can't just lose weight on your face, lose weight overall, and you will see the results on your face too. Now, when it comes to people that have free time, of course, work out. If you have the gym, very good, go work out at the gym. Now stay away from the machines. As much as I say go work out at the gym, I never say go work out with the machines. Okay, don't do that. Go work on the treadmill. Okay, use the treadmill and walk as much as you want to, but don't use the weightlifting stuff. You're a lady, you cannot have a masculine form or body. No. Okay, so stay away from the heavy lifting and all those I don't even know what they call because I don't use it. Okay, so stay away from that. If you want to go down there and take a mat and just start doing your Pilates, fine. It's simple. You don't have to pay like $60 or to $100 of a class. No, you can just do that and work on yourself. Private life, beautiful life, simple life. It's a peaceful life. Now, when it comes to dressing, how you dress, you can always rebrand how you dress several times. No one cares. Now, when it comes to dressing, it's also tricky because it just depends on where you're working and what type of a lifestyle you want. Because if you want a soft life, you kind of have to wear your dresses. You can wear your pants now and then, but there's different types of elegant ladies. You have to understand which one you are. Are you one that works in the office? Are you the one that works in, what do you do? Are you elegant mom, elegant corporate job mom? I don't know. Find what you want, find what you are, and work on that. And you can always get your dresses all sorted out. Ralph Lauren has you for beginners. Ralph Lauren, I saw Pretty Little Things has a new rebrand for those that are in a budget. Pretty Little Things has you set, yes. And for my ladies that can actually afford high-end stuff, Chanel. Okay, now when you go to Chanel, don't just buy anything that you see in Chanel. No, go and find something with Jackie Kennedy's style. We love Jackie Kennedy, so find something with Jackie Kennedy style. No logos, no Chanel logos, no logos. Okay, we get the dresses, those look very classic. And if you can go higher, then you can always go to what is this stuff? Laura Piana has the loafers, very comfortable. I love them. Laura Piana has the loafers. It has very cute bags. Cashmere, we have Banana Republic. You never go wrong over there. Okay, and Banana Republic has a lot of blouses too, I believe. When it comes to the jerseys or the cardigans, Massimo Dutti, very good. I had one of their jackets and I had no idea. I didn't really do my research, and I kind of put it in the dryer. Yeah, I had put it in the dryer, and it became a 2-year-old's jacket, and came to find out that it was discontinued. And I was like, no, cannot possibly be true. Well, my jacket was discontinued until maybe Massimo Dutti saw this video and they're like, oh, we have a surprise for you. Yay, I would love that. Bring my jacket back. Thank you so much. God bless. Thank you. Okay, now when it comes to the way you dress, your heels, if you want to start wearing high heels, go for the inches. Okay, don't go for the Mary Jane heels. If you're gonna start wearing heels, it's just go straight ahead to long heels. Okay, because the moment you start with the Mary Jane and you want to move up, it's gonna feel so uncomfortable that you will not feel balanced. You're gonna feel like something is wrong, rather than if you just started right away. It's either you stay in the Mary Jane, we have you there as sister, or we're gonna have you there as madam. Okay, so you decide what you want, but don't say that I'm gonna move from Mary Jane and move up to the stilettos. Now it's gonna be very hard for you, so choose one, go straight ahead with it. And you can always practice when in your free time. When it comes to makeup, no makeup look best. Okay, full glam. If you're very good, if you're a pro, full glam. We don't do any funny colors on your eyes. We don't do any long lashes. No, natural. Everything on your face should look like it's your skin, it's your eyelashes. No baby hair, no any of those baby things that girls are doing now. No. You take a comb, you brush your baby hairs. Okay, you let it blend with your extensions or your real hair. Okay, then we're perfect. For girls that wear wigs, no closure should be showing. It's very good for you to have the half wigs. Most of the girls are having half wigs. I wear half wigs. I love them. It actually gives you this very cute look, this beautiful look, this natural look, and it blends in. People confuse your real hair with that, so it's perfect. And you get to change it every single time, and you actually take care of your hair, so your hair is not actually being tampered with every 2 seconds with heat and all that. So it's very good. When it comes to your lip gloss or lip colors, go to a professional and they should get you something. When it comes to your extensions, okay, your extensions, it cannot be puffy, it cannot be crazy, okay, it cannot also be funny colors. We don't do rainbows. It has to be natural, okay? So brown, black, blonde, stay okay. If you cannot pull a blonde, don't do it. Reddish brown, okay, we can work with that, okay? All these colors, gold, you have to pull this. A gray, if you can pull a gray, you have my applause. If you can pull a gray, I love the ladies that pull a gray, especially the younger generation, like the ones that are in their 30s, 40s. Wow, y'all do it for me. Y'all literally do it for me. You can pull a blonde, a gray. Oh my god. Maybe one day I would love to pull a gray. Just get my hair dyed gray. Yeah, I am now thinking about it and I'm like, yeah, that would be really, really beautiful. Okay, now ladies, it's again winter, so you have to get your coats right. Okay, start shopping right now. Don't wait for Black Friday. Okay, we've passed that. Don't wait for Black Friday. If you need to, then sure, but if not, get your things sorted out right now. The prices are gonna go up after Black Friday really terribly, so it's best to buy right now before the prices go high, then wait until next, the days coming and the prices go lower, and then it speeds up and goes very high, and then you're gonna spend so much money just because you want to blend in and buy at the same time as everyone else. No, be smart and buy before. That way you're buying in a normal price range and you get discounts earlier, rather than you going to buy all these things. It's just crazy. Don't do it. Okay, now my ladies, this video is 52 minutes long, and I feel like it's long enough. I really enjoyed having this conversation once more with you guys, and I will see you all ladies tomorrow. Take care. Bye.